நான் வந்து கலையோடைய ஒரு பெரிய சப்போர்ட்டரோ இல்லை பெரிய பெரிய பெயிண்டிங்ஸ் பெரிய பெரிய ஸ்கல்ப்சர்ஸ் எல்லாம் நான் வாங்கி கலெக்ட் பண்ணுறேன்னு நான் சொல்லிக்க முடியாது. ஆனால் நான் இங்கே இருக்கிறதுக்கு காரணம் வந்து கலைங்கிற விஷயம் என்னோட வாழ்க்கைக்கு ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு இல்லை என் வாழ்க்கையில் ஒரு ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு பங்கு. அதாவது நான் என்னை சுற்றி இருக்கிற உலகத்தை நான் எப்படி பார்க்குறேன், நான் அந்த என் சுற்றி இருக்கிறவங்களோடைய நான் எப்படி இன்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணுறேன், அவங்களோட நடவடிக்கை நான் வந்து எப்படி புரிஞ்சுக்கிறேன், என்னுடைய பெரியவர்கள்கிட்ட இருந்து நான் கற்றுக்கிட்ட விஷயங்கள், நான் என்னுடைய குழந்தைக்கு நான் கற்றுக் கொடுக்குற விஷயங்கள், இந்த கண்டினியூட்டி ஆஃப் கல்ச்சர் அண்ட் இந்த கண்டினியூட்டி ஆஃப் நாலேஜ் அண்ட் இந்த ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் பில்டிங்க்கு கலை ஒரு ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு விஷயம் எனக்கு. கலைங்கிறது வெறும் பெயிண்டிங்கோ ஸ்கல்ப்சரோ இல்லை டான்ஸ் மியூசிக்னு இல்லாமல் எல்லா விதத்துலேயும் நம்ம எல்லாரோடைய வாழ்க்கையை ரொம்ப எப்படி சொல்கிறது, ஒரு அடுத்த கட்டத்துக்கு கொண்டு போகிற சக்தி நம்மக்கிட்ட இருக்கும். கலைங்கிறது நம்ம வாழ்க்கையில் இருந்தால், நம்ம படிக்கிற புஸ்தகங்களில், நம்ம பார்க்குற படங்களில், நம்ம ஒரு ஹாலிடேக்காக போகிற ஒரு இடத்துக்கு எல்லாத்துலேயும் நம்ம அந்த கலைங்கிற ஒரு விஷயத்தை நம்ம ஓரளவுக்காவது நம்ம இன்க்ளூட் பண்ணி முயற்சி பண்ணால் அது நம்மளுடைய வாழ்க்கையை ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக ஆக்கிடும்னு என்னால் சொல்ல முடியாது. பட் நம்ம ஃபேஸ் பண்ண வேண்டிய கஷ்டங்களை எதிர்க்கிறதுக்கு இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ஒரு எக்ஸ்ட்ரா ஸ்ட்ரென்த் கிடைக்கும் நமக்கு. அண்ட் இந்த எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ரொம்ப கோடிக்கணக்கான பெயிண்டிங்ஸ் வாங்கி ஒரு எக்ஸ்க்ளூசிவ் உலகத்துக்குள்ளே வாழ்ந்துட்டுருக்கிற அந்த சில பேருக்கு மட்டும் இல்லாமல் எல்லாரோடைய உரிமை தான் இந்த கலை. ஸோ நம்ம எல்லாரும் இந்த ஒரு வாய்ப்பை மனசு திறந்து ஆலோசனையை திறந்து நம்ம வரவேற்கணும், ட்ரை பண்ணணும். அண்ட் இது வந்து நம்மளை சுற்றி இருக்கிறவங்க நம்ம குழந்தைங்களுக்கு நம்ம எடுத்து சொல்லணும். அண்ட் ஒவ்வொரு வருஷமும் இந்த ஆர்ட் சென்னைங்கிற இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை நம்ம இன்னும் வளர்கிற மாதிரி, இன்னும் பலம் பெறுற மாதிரி நம்ம எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து சப்போர்ட் பண்ணணும். Before I came here to this press meet, I was in my office in a meeting with 3 people across the table from me, and I said, I'm sorry, I have to leave, I have to go for a press meet. So they said, what, are you announcing a new movie or something? I said, no, this is the Art Chennai press meet. And one of the gentlemen who is actually involved in marketing and HR immediately leaped up. He was very excited. He said, oh yes, I know, I'm involved in that. I said, how? He said, we're having these installations of photographs in the MRTS station, and I am one of those group of 100 odd photographers, and I spent a few nights this past week covering the Mahashivratri celebrations in all the temples. And he says it would be the greatest achievement if one photograph of mine was selected to be displayed there. So that is, as I was saying, the trickle down factor of art, of being inclusive, not just watching, not just appreciating, but finding some way to participate, because art is just not about painting and sculpture. So many different forms, that's the wonder of it.
This goes as a corollary. We have what we have as an agenda in the South: inclusive growth and sustainable development. As we know, we are the oldest living civilization in the country, dating to 8000 BC and even earlier. We still practice the same forms of rituals, arts, traditions and so on. And a lot of it is local. We have every area having a speciality in terms of their art, their culture, their architecture and so on. And this is where we're talking about bringing in people and bringing about an equitable and a fair growth which gives opportunities on a broad base to every section of the country. The growth cannot be only in Chennai or Bangalore or Hyderabad in the south, for example. So you're looking at an inclusive growth and you're looking at sustainability because you're looking at local people using local resources, which is going to help us in the long run in terms of the broader pictures we're so much concerned about today. So this is where we stepped in and we said we have to work on this on a very much larger manner. And there were some good economic reasons for this. I like to call art, culture and tourism as the creative economy. And we think there are very, very good economic reasons for why we should be involved as corporates and as citizens of this country and also large consumers of so many goods and services nowadays. I took the point of looking into the UK. I found UK a small country dependent a whole pile on foreign investment trades and so on. Received more than about 30 million visitors in 2010 who spent almost $17 billion. This was about 3.5% of the global spend on tourism, and the UK was the seventh highest in terms of tourism earnings. If you looked at the contribution of this whole area of tourism, art and culture, and the whole downstream effect of employment and so on, it was about 9% of the GDP. About $115 billion was what came out of this sector, the third highest export earner. And we found that 1 in 12 persons in UK was involved in some facet of this industry. It could have been as tour guides, as bus operators, caterers, and so on and so forth. Almost 3 million people were employed in this industry. Again, they've really leveraged their strengths. Many of us know that very well. There are more than 40 accredited theaters and 1,460 museums, 25 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. And all the tourists going, I'm told it's rated by different studies. The Globe Shopper City Index calls it the top tourist destination for shopping in Europe. So there's a whole pile of things, and the tourist spend in UK is £107 per day. It's a lot of money, and much of it, as we were saying earlier, is by Indians. So we looked at it in the Indian context, and we found very broadly there might be about 30 million people who are involved in this.
I think a lot has been already said before me, and as I saw my words being spoken. But nevertheless, what I like to share is, as a gallery, what does it really mean to be part of this larger, part of Art Chennai, is to be part of a larger art movement in terms of publicity, in the sense that your works are in a main catalogue that has a very far outreach than what you could individually do as a gallery in your own curated shows, as well as you are also contributing to generating art awareness in the city. It is a sole responsibility for a gallery to make art part of everyday life, and that's something that we have really tried to do at Forum. But here, this event gives us an opportunity to attract a whole lot of visitors, whole lot of walk-ins that would really not happen before, and which we saw was first of its kind in the first edition we were part of. What it also means is that the affair such as this attracts a lot of visitors from outside, not only the neighboring states, but with speaker forums that have been planned. Who's who in the art scene will be here in Chennai, and it's up to the galleries, of course, to leverage on that and to ask them to come and view your exhibits. I mean, this is a great opportunity for a gallery space, and I think really like to thank Art Chennai for that. Inclusive is again another term that has been repeated here on this platform. It is a very inclusive experience for the galleries because a lot of people feel that a gallery space is very sacred. I mean, they may not really find anything, and we are so wary of what our prices are or who we promote. And hopefully we should dissolve some of this myth, because then again, it's an open platform, open to anyone and everyone, and I really welcome that. The first edition completely worked for us. We curated a sculpture show that was really different, and it generated a lot of interest, created new buyers, and I'm hoping that more patrons such as Gouthami would come and patronize the galleries.